Call this meeting of the Board of Supervisors of December 10th, 2013 to order. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Bronson? Here. Supervisor Carroll? Here. Supervisor Elias?
Presente.
Supervisor Miller?
Here.
Chairman Valadez?
Present.
Let the record show all members are present.
Today's invocation will be offered by Pastor Bill Neal, the Door Christian Fellowship, and will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Supervisor Carroll. Everyone, please stand. Pastor Neal, you here? Well, in the absence of Pastor Neal, let's do a moment of silence, and we'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Supervisor Carroll. Supervisor Carroll?
Please join me in the pledge for our nation's flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman,
Supervisor Elias,
ask for a moment of personal privilege.
please proceed.
Just wanted to make special mention on the record that today is a day where the world is still mourning the loss of Nelson Mandela. The changes that he brought to the world were important and real, and standing up to tyranny and standing up to a very difficult life in prison, and standing up to a system that really had plagued his country for many years, or things that we should honor today. We should remember and we should give honor for Nelson Mandela and his life that he led, and the strength that he has given us all to inspire us to lead our lives in a good, healthy way. Just wanted to say that this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Supervisor Carroll, I understand there's some congratulations for you.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. As you know, recently I attended a conference in Washington, D.C. for the County Executives of America. At that meeting, I was asked and then nominated and elected unanimously to serve on the board of County Executives of America, so I'm very happy to be a part of it after as many years in office, understanding local issues. They needed someone from the West, apparently, and I'm happy to fill that role for them. It's a term that I'm looking forward to serving, and thank you very much for asking.
Congratulations. Anyone else? All right, we'll move to pause for pause. And today we have Officer Rademacher with Tail Gunner, who's a Labrador Chow Chow mix.
Well,
Oh, I know it's Gunner. I just couldn't help myself.
okay. Yes, Gunner is a Labrador mix. There's some chow in there. He's about an 8-year-old dog. He is a really nice older dog. He came to us about 2 months ago. October 9th is when he came to us, and he came to us because his owner passed away, and the next of kin weren't able to keep him. He's a well-mannered dog. He's good with other animals. He seems to be very good with people, and if anybody's looking for a dog for the holidays and they don't want all the hassles of having a new puppy around and all that goes along with housebreaking and so forth, Gunner would be an excellent choice for a holiday dog.
He's he's looking at Mr. Burke right now. He seems to have latched on to Mr. Burke for some reason. They do.
Yeah. Well, Gunner is available, as are a number of other dogs and cats at the Pima Animal Care Center, and we have a holiday special going. I don't know if you've heard about it or not, but through the end of the year, we are waiving all the adoption fees in lieu of asking for donations that people think are appropriate. And the only fees associated with adopting dogs now through the end of the year are the licensing fees, and again, also dogs and cats. So no adoption fees. So it's a great time of the year to add to your family for the holidays. Thank you very much.
Supervisor Elias.
I can only concur and say that, librarians, you guys are great at finding resources, so maybe you can help us place this dog by finding a patron or a fellow library worker who might want to have a nice pet that could be around and be a good friend to you. I find myself without friends a lot of times, let me tell you. So maybe that would help, Anyways, thank you, guys.
Thank you. We do have changes to today's agenda, two of them. One on consent, page 7, item 14, community development and neighborhood conservation. Assignment of a performance deed of trust with release. Reference should read District 2, not District 5. Addendum agenda, page 2, items 6 and 7. A Stadium District Board and Economic Development and Tourism contract. Staff requests this item be continued to the Board of Supervisors meeting of December 17, 2013. Without objection, those will be the only changes to today's agenda. I believe we have a presentation on item number 5. Supervisor Leos.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd go ahead and move that item.
Motion and a second to approve item number 5. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Supervisor Elias, I believe you have the floor. And would the honorees please come up?
All right. Don't be shy. We're gonna face it. Folks, come on around this side. And let's see. You each get one. And I believe they're all the same. So hold on one. And there you go. And did I tell you you all get a free dog with it? We would never do that to you, let me tell you. Great librarians from a great system that we are so proud of and appreciative of. And 4 of them have won awards at this year's State Library Conference, and we're really proud of them and proud of the work that they all do every day for us. So we put together this proclamation that I'm going to read. And maybe afterwards, if each of you wanted to make a brief comment, you'd be welcome to. But certainly, you don't have to. Just your hard work, it makes us very proud. And we appreciate that. And I know everybody up here is a library believer in one form or another. So that's significant too, because getting the 5 of us to agree on something lately has been a little more difficult than it used to be. Anyways, whereas the Arizona Library Association Awards recognize individuals and groups making a difference in Arizona libraries. And whereas 4 Pima County Public Library staff members were honored at the AZLA Annual Conference on November 15, 2013 for their individual contributions and accomplishments. And whereas Electronic Resources Librarian Jennifer Codwell, Jennifer, here she is, who leads the ERA team in enhancing the library's collection of electronic resources for patrons, was honored for being named the AZLA Horner Japanese Exchange Fellowship winner and for fostering cultural and information exchanges with librarians in Japan. Let's give her a round of applause. And whereas Library Supervisor Jennifer Nichols, God, they even stand in line, ordered. Did you notice that? And only librarians, Library Supervisor Jennifer Nichols received the AZLA Outstanding Youth Services Librarian Award for serving as a model for the important role youth services play in public libraries by developing the library's Create IT program for teens and bringing the Create IT Youth Media Labs grant project to life. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, sir. Okay, whereas Grants and Nonprofit Center librarian Cassie Rodeheaver, did I get that right? Yes. See that, Ramon? I got it right. Was recognized with the AZLA Emerging Leader Award, all right, for her strong leadership in developing innovative programs, providing valuable workshops, and offering one-on-one guidance to support nonprofit organizations in our community. Let's give her a nice round of applause. All right, look at that. And whereas Library Associate Toby Weiner won the AZLA Outreach Services Award for his exemplary outreach services at the Teen LGBT Eon Wingspan Lounge and with the Book Bike. His leadership in co-chairing the library's LGBT Services Committee and the enthusiasm he brings to the workplace every day. Give him a nice round of applause. Thank you. Actually, you're becoming legendary on that book bike, you know. It's true, it's true. Whereas the work of these four individuals is inspiring youth, lifelong learners, community-minded citizens, and library workers throughout Pima County and beyond, and illustrates the collective impact that the Pima County Public Library has in the world around us. Now therefore be it resolved that the Pima County Board of Supervisors hereby proclaims Tuesday, December 10th, 2013 to be Pima County Public Library Honorees Day, and congratulates Jennifer Codwell, Jennifer Nichols, Cassie Rodeheaver, and Toby Weiner for their AZLA awards and for their involvement, dedication, leadership, and excellence in service at the Pima County Public Library. Passed and adopted on this 10th day of December, 2013. Thank you. You want me to hold out while you say something?
Thank you very much, and on behalf of all of us, thank you for having us and for proclaiming our awesomeness. You know, I stand here representing a great deal of hard work by a great many people, and every day I'm supported and mentored and inspired to do my very best because of the people I work with and because of the amazing work that the library does, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Jennifer?
I echo everything that Jennifer Caldwell just said, and likewise, I'm grateful to be a part of this wonderful library system. And on behalf of the youth of Pima County, I'm really honored to be able to work with them every day and just be inspired by their very youthfulness and their attitudes towards the rest of our life and the possibilities that we can create together. So I love coming to work every day and getting the opportunity to work with them. So thank you so much.
Okay. You too.
I just wanted to add that on top of everything else that Jennifer has said, that being honored as the emerging leader, I would not have been able to get that award if I didn't know that all of the staff people that aren't here today that I work with are an amazing team, and they have really supported me and my projects and programs, from the simplest things as helping set up rooms to helping plan programming. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of those people at Main Library and throughout the system that I've worked with.
Thank you, Cassie. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very proud to be among the winners this year. It's quite an honor. Again, as well, I'm happy to come to work every day. And I'm thankful for the support that we have to do the work that we do. We're very community driven, and we appreciate the support you give us to do the work that we do in the community. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Let's give a nice round of applause to all our librarians that are here with us today, because they really do great work. Thank you guys so much.
Congrats.
Congrats. Mr. Chairman.
Good luck.
Supervisor
I
Brownson.
certainly want to congratulate our four winners, but I think that there's someone else who deserves some congratulations and some recognition, and that is our library director, Melinda Cervantes, and she's here. But her leadership, I think, has probably been inspirational to all four who won this award, and we want you to stay a long, long time.
All right, congratulations, everyone, and thank you for being here. Moving on to the addendum agenda, item number 1. Supervisor Elias?
I'll move the item.
Motion and a second on item number 1 on the addendum agenda. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Supervisor Elias and Dr. Lewis, are you here?
Dr. Lewis, please come forward. So glad you could make it. Congratulations on an outstanding career. Face this way, and we'll read your proclamation, and then if you want to say a few words, that would be great. Okay? Whereas Dr. Alvin Lewis is retiring from Pima Community College after 17 years of outstanding service teaching social services there. And whereas Dr. Lewis has gone far beyond his teaching duties at Pima Community College to work part-time as a substance abuse counselor at Pima County Juvenile Court Center, to chair the Social Services Department from 1998 to 2007, to teach summer school each of the last 15 summers, to serve on the PCC Faculty Senate, to serve on several PCC faculty search committees, and to serve on other ad hoc committees associated with the college. And whereas the community has benefited from the outside work of Dr. Lewis as a therapist at Las Familias and at Southern Arizona Mental Health Center, as an adjunct professor for the University of Arizona, Arizona State University, and the University of Phoenix, and has as a participant on several advisory boards, and whereas he has been a member and officer of the National Association of Social Workers, the Arizona Counselor Association, the Arizona Association for the Treatment of Sexual Abusers, and the American Psychological Association. Whereas Dr. Lewis goes out of his way to help students find employment and obtain professional licenses, and whereas Dr. Lewis holds a doctorate in child development and is the author of 3 books and is nearing completion on a 4th book. Now therefore be it resolved that the Pima County Board of Supervisors hereby proclaims Tuesday, December 10, 2013 to be Dr. Alvin Lewis Day, and congratulates him on his retirement after an excellent and memorable career at Pima Community College in its Social Services Department. Passed and adopted this 10th day of December, 2013. I'd like to thank you, Dr. Lewis, for all your work. You know, I'm a parent of Pima College students, so we appreciate all the faculty and people who care. But also, having been a practitioner in the human services world, I understand how important your giving there is to community. And those two things don't always jive, but it seems like you've made an outstanding career of that, and you should be very proud of the work you've done. Thank you, Dr. Lewis.
Good morning, and thank you very much. I'm very pleased to receive this recognition by the city. I've never had a whole day that I could say Dr. Lewis's Day. Usually on my birthday, I've always worked. I've always worked anywhere from 3 to 5 jobs at any given time. And so even at Pima College, when the students say to me, well, Dr. Lewis, what will you do after you leave Pima? I said, well, I'll keep working, because I'll go from 20 hours a week with the court system down to 19, at least for another year. And then I might think about really retiring at that time. But it's been a pleasure to be a part of the community here for the last 20 years and to try to make a difference. And what feels good to me is, whether it's a young person from juvenile court that I run into, or a professional out there and say, you know, Dr. Lewis, you touched me 20 years ago or 15 years ago or 5 years ago. So what I've always been about is really trying to make a difference and help people be their best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Dr. Lewis. Chair will entertain a motion to go into executive session. Motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. We have several items on the executive session calendar, so we will return at the sound of the gavel. Call this meeting back to order. We had 3 items on the executive session calendar. Council, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Item 1 on the addendum agenda concerns a proposed settlement in D&D Neffs and Company versus Pima County. Arizona Tax Court consolidated case numbers TX 2010-1404, 2011-399, 2012-371. This litigation involves the Sears retail store and automotive repair facility, as well as a separately parceled parking lot at the Tucson Mall. And this is for tax years 2011, 12, and 13. The proposed settlement would result in a estimated tax decreases for the retail facility and automotive center of $24,900 for tax years 2000, or $24,900 for tax year 2011, based on 2011 tax rates. $46,660 for tax year 2012 based on the 2012 tax rates, and $35,500 for 2013 based on the 2013 tax rates. The settlement values for tax year 2013 will not roll over to 2014 because the property is statutorily valued. The assessor and the county attorney's office recommend this proposed settlement.
Move the county attorney and assessor's recommendation.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the county attorney and assessor's recommendation. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Council.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Item number 2 on the addendum agenda concerns Sears Roebuck and Company versus Pima County, Arizona Tax Court case, consolidated numbers 2010-829, 2011-400, 2012-372. Again, this is a proposed settlement. The litigation involves the Sears retail store, detached automotive service center, and detached parking garage structure on the east side of Park Mall, again for tax years 2011, 12, and 13. The assessor and county attorney recommend the settlement. The proposed settlement would result in an estimated tax decreases of $14,565 for tax year 2011 based on the 2011 tax rates, $28,160 for tax year 2012 based on the 2012 tax rates, and $33,215 for 2013 based on the 2013 tax rates. The settlement values, again, will not roll over because the property is statutorily valued. Again, the county attorney and the assessor recommend the proposed settlement.
Move the county attorney and assessor's recommendation.
Second. Motion and second to approve the county attorney and assessor's recommendation. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Council.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, the last item is item 3 on the addendum agenda. This concerns 2 LLC versus Pima County, Arizona Tax Court consolidated tax case numbers 2011-401 and 2012-606. This is a proposed settlement involving, and the litigation involves a Kmart retail building located at the northwest corner of Broadway Boulevard and Kolb Road in Tucson for tax years 2012 and 13. The county assessor and the county attorney's office recommend the settlement. The proposed settlement would result in estimated tax decreases of $35,075 for tax year 2012 based on 2012 tax rates, and for $30,175 for tax year 2013 based on 2013 tax rates. The settlement values for tax year 2013 will not roll over, again pursuant to the statute.
Move the county attorney and assessor's recommendation.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the county attorney and assessor's recommendation. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. I believe that's it, Council. Is that correct?
That's it.
All right, Board of Supervisors sitting in regular session, consent calendar. Is there anyone here who would like to address the board at a call to the public on the consent calendar item only? Seeing none, what's the will of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I move
Supervisor Miller.
to remove consent item number 9 for a separate discussion and vote, please.
All right, motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second to remove item number 9 from consent calendar for a separate discussion and vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Supervisor Miller, item 9.
Mr. Chairman, my concern with removing all of these commissions and committees, I see some of them that I believe should be removed, but the one that concerns me the most is the Budget Review Committee. Our department did hold a budget review session with Mr. Huckleberry, and I thought it was very valuable. And I think Mr. Carroll and myself both have appointees on those boards, and I would really think that's a very valuable committee. It's never been activated because there's never been a quorum, but I think that we really need to hold these budget study sessions in the name of transparency and to give the voters more confidence. I know that people walked away feeling a lot better about the budget, and they had a lot of questions, but they also walked away feeling like they were respected and given information after that meeting that we held last spring. So I can't support removing the Budget Review Committee from this boards, commissions, and committees.
Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Carroll.
Mr. Chairman, if I might, I'd like to talk about the Ethics Commission. Obviously, there are cases when an Ethics Commission is necessary. Thankfully, there have not been important crisis or other instances where an Ethics Commission has had to be pulled together in Pima County, but I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying that it's possible that an Ethics Commission would come into use. There's some things that have to have review, serious review, and in the future, I think that having an Ethics Commission gives you an opportunity to hold elected officials and others accountable to the community and to the important commission that could hold their future through good debate and honest evaluation. So it's important, I believe, that we maintain an Ethics Commission and the Budget Review Committee. As you know, I've seen the Budget Review Committee go let's just say, without a quorum, unmanned for a quorum, and unstaffed since 1996. So in the end, I do know there was discussion about all the other, say, 6 or 5 other commissions that are going to become inactive or abolished. And I believe that the Ethics Commission is one that should stay in case there's ever an instance where it's needed. And you never know. It could be. So it's important to keep it.
Mr. Chairman, on that note regarding the Ethics Commission, I was wondering why that was being eliminated. Do we have another avenue for, such as a whistleblower line or something like that? Is that the reason this is being eliminated? I agree with Supervisor Carroll that we need to have this avenue for any issues that do come up. Or was there some internal commission or some way that we're handling this that is facilitating the ability to eliminate this commission? Because otherwise, I think now more than ever we need an ethics commission, and I agree with Supervisor Carroll on that one. And again, on the budget advisory commission, I think is extremely important.
And Chuck, correct me if I'm wrong, just historically, I believe the Ethics Committee was set up in response to the actions by past supervisors that both impugned both other members and staff with fictitious renderings of facts and history. So I believe that was the history of why it was set up, but I don't think it was actually ever used. Chuck, is that correct?
Mr. Chairman and members of the board, the Ethics Commission, about the only thing that they ever did was produce a report in 1989. And that particular report dealt with code amendments that the board subsequently adopted with regard to non-interference. And that was its primary purpose. It hasn't met or been constituted since that date. And it was designed basically as a governance with regard, or a governor with regard to conduct of elected officials. The other issues that you deal with often with regard to conduct of, say, employees is dealt with the Merit Commission. And retaliation, whistleblower, that's all covered by state law or code requirements that are embedded in our merit ordinances, and that's the function that that commission operates under.
Mr. Chairman, and isn't that covered, now that I'm thinking about this, it's covered under the Board of Supervisors rules, that we have specific rules about impugning other members of the board? There's specific conduct. I don't have that in front of me, but I recall that those rules are in place that we just passed, I think, in June or July this year.
I believe you're correct.
Okay, so, okay, I get that.
All right, what's the will of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I'll go ahead and move item 9 on consent.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve item number 9 on consent calendar. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay.
No.
By your vote of 3-2, motion carries. What's the will of the board on the remaining consent calendar items?
Mr. Chairman, I'll move the remainder of consent.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the remainder of consent in its entirety. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Moving on to item number 8 and resolution number 2013-112.
Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Carroll.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move item number 8, Tucson Medical Center, resolution number 2013-112.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve item number 8 on the regular agenda and resolution number 2013-112. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Moving to transportation, item number 9, waiver development impact fee.
Mr. Chairman,
Supervisor Miller.
on this item, it's waiving a impact fee for an individual who requests the waiver of the roadway development impact fee because they're putting a mobile unit on there. You know, we have impact fees for mobile units, and it's we either need to decide, are we going to charge a fee for mobile units, or are we going to eliminate it from? I think we should treat everyone equally, and that, we shouldn't pick and choose and decide on an individual basis who's going to get the fee waived and who shouldn't, because everyone can come in with a story of hardship about why their fee should be waived on these mobile units. So I think it's my opinion that we really need to make a decision here. Are we going to charge a fee, or are we going to eliminate it altogether so that everyone is treated equally in these cases? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Carroll.
Mr. Chairman, seeing that this is a District 2 item and it's a church,
Is that you?
I'd like to, if there's any speakers on this, we'd love to hear from them.
Okay. Let me, staff, who's the appropriate staff? Oh, Priscilla. This is, let me state for the record, this one is for a church, is that correct?
That is correct,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Ascona, if you could fill out your sheet later, and just
Wait,
come on up and identify yourself for the record. Right there. On the
No,
other
the
side.
other side.
Yeah, just speak to us from there.
Yes, I'm Maria Rascon, and we are doing a project for the youth, the Tucson youth. We are being connected with the city, so right now we needed to get this building for an office so that we can start applying for grants, and from there modify the vision and the helping. We are working with a probation officer, so we're pretty much ready to go and training youth to be leaders, to reach out to the other youth. So this is why we are nonprofit, it's all donations, and we wanted to see if it would be waived the fee, being that we are a nonprofit organization.
Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Miller.
Ms. Rascon, is this a temporary structure that is going to be removed after you?
Yes.
Okay. So do we always charge fees for temporary structures, or is that something that we typically waive? Priscilla, I'll ask you.
Mr. Chair and Supervisor Miller, first of all, this is a nonprofit agency, and in the past, we have traditionally waived the fee for nonprofit agencies. This is also a replacement unit that they had a number of mobile offices there on the site, and in essence that, again, we see this as a replacement unit. That's another one of the reasons that we recommended that the Board of Supervisors allow the waiver.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman?
Supervisor Elias.
Priscilla,
Yes.
is that one of the legally codified reasons for waiving a development impact fee?
Mr. Scone, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, Supervisor Elias, no, it's been a informal policy that we have used versus if it's been codified, then perhaps we do need to do something like that for the board to take action on that. I mean, to make it a formal waivers to be provided in the future. Again,
So your department is recommending we do something that's out of code?
no, we believe, again, that it's been done in the past with the board for nonprofit agencies, and that's
Okay,
why.
I just wanted to clarify that that's what you were doing.
Yes.
Thank you.
I move approval of the item.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve item number 9. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Hearings, transportation, item number 10, abandonment of the county highway, resolution number 2013-113.
Mr. Chairman, this is a hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to address us on this item at this time? If not, I move that we close public hearing and approve item 10 and resolution 2013-113.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve close the public hearing and approve item number 10 and resolution number 2013-113. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Moving to the addendum agenda, Board of Supervisors sitting as other boards, sitting in regular session as item 6 is continued. Contract, or
Item 7.
And item 7.
item number 8, facilities management.
Don't get it.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move the item. Under
Second.
Facilities management.
Motion and a second to approve item number 8. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Moving to item number 9, Board of Adjustment, District 1. Supervisor Miller.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move the item.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve item number 9. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. The hearings, Board of Supervisors, item number 10, unfinished business, appeal to review officer's decision. Supervisor Carroll.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I've spent practically, 4 months dealing with this appeal of officers' decisions about his assessor realigning the tax rolls. It was a very difficult process, which included CPAs, account managers from banks and trusts, as well as lawyers, but we finally got it done. And I'm very happy to have Mr. Burke confirm that news and then make a motion to approve it. Mr. Burke.
Mr. Burke?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Supervisor Carroll's correct. What has happened since the first hearing was that the taxpayers met with the assessor and with county staff and has combined his various parcels so that he does qualify for the Class 3 classification under the assessor's rules. And Mr. Staples is present, but he has essentially, we've resolved this and he is ending the appeal. So there's no action required by the board other than to record that this matter has been resolved.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, Mr. Burke, very much for your patience and your staff's access to this client and constituent. I'd like to go ahead and close the public hearing and move to close the appeal of the officer's decision.
A motion and a second to close the public hearing and to close the appeal. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. Moving on to item number 11, franchises, licenses, and permits, extension of premises and patio permit.
Mr. Chairman, this is, go ahead. It's over there.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Thank you, Supervisor Bronson. Again, I'd like to ask if there's anyone in the audience that's here to speak for or against the extension of premises at the Hot Rods of Old Vale at 10500 East Old Vale Road. If not, seeing there is not, then I would like to move that we close the public hearing and approve the extension of premises and patio permit for Hot Rods of Old Vale for December 14th and January 3rd, 2014.
Motion and second to close the public hearing and approve item number 11 on the addendum agenda. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Ayes have it. We have 3 speakers that I have for a call to the public. I'm going to ask each of you to please come up, identify yourself for the record, and you have 3 minutes. First, let me call Mary Murphy. Ms. Murphy?
Good morning. Mary Murphy from Green Valley. I'd kind of like to pick up where I left off last time with the drainage way inspection company, CMG Engineering. But wait, before I get there, I have to say something with your talk. I'm hearing things about conduct, etc. And the recording of the last meeting, I watched because people tell me I'm a crazy person and I yell and scream and jump up and down and misbehave in public. So I watch those things to see how I'm coming across, and I'm learning. And I would like to caution Supervisor Carroll with regard to the open mic next to him when he chooses to express his derogatory sound effects when someone is called to the podium. Thank you very much. CMG Engineering, drainage way inspections, contract awarded May 7th, 2013 in the amount not to exceed $500,000. I was prepared for that because I know how these companies operate and they're going to go for the buck. We're talking drainage ways in Green Valley that I've walked half of these in my spare time recently to see what's going on. I have the old report from '04. That was never followed up on. I'm finding things, and Green Valley Council doesn't know they have numbers, they don't know jack, they don't know. They're supposed to be overseeing this, they are not. I'd like to speak specifically to the neighborhoods that I am aware of where the sedimentation is gone awry, the river itself may be in trouble. There are 25 drainage ways. I'm speaking specifically about drainage ways number 6 through 23 in the neighborhood of the South Country Club Estates, Fairways 1, 2, and 3, Desert Meadows 1, 2, and 3, the peculiar anomaly in the river, the West Loop that I have from the inspections from 1980. It's a peculiar setup. These are the oldest neighborhoods in town. It's basically a Brago Drive east to the river. I have eyewitnesses to flooding and failure on these drainage systems. I won't stand for any further fraud being perpetrated on the people of that community. They deserve to know that these drainage ways are in trouble. Give them the knowledge and the option to get flood insurance. I'm going to be renewing mine, and I'm going to keep it until these things are fixed. I have names and numbers of the eyewitnesses, and we'll get back to the fun stuff that I have, Green Valley history, which I'm reviewing at the library on microfiche from way back when. But this, I won't stand for it any longer. I misspoke last time. I said there were no eyes locally on the issue. I forgot my own, and I apologize to the Lord that gave me sight. This is not going to go on. You've got the neighborhoods. Get the word out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nicole Keith Van Heinigen. Mr. Van Heinigen?
Morning, my name is Keith Van Heinigen. I'm a Tucson resident. First off, let's talk about our local government for a while. Apparently, they're anti-Davis-Monthan, anti-F-35, anti-Rosemont Copper, anti-Grand Canyon University, anti-low taxes for sure, anti-growth, anti-Raytheon, and common sense. However, they are pro-government-imposed financial slavery. That's taxes. They're pro-poverty because we're right up there at the top of the list in the entire country. Problem is, it's for one simple reason. This area has voted Democrat overall, county and city, 70% of the time for 72 years. We have people in this town like Unidos, La Raza, the Brown Berets, People hold communist rallies on a regular basis. The Occupy movement. Bring it all down, man. The pro-illegal alien invasion rallies. The open border rallies and groups. Now we have a union group and a bunch of old hippies saying how $15 an hour for a burger flipper is the way to save the economy. Well, apparently, they don't know anything about economics or how to run a business. When you talk about 1% of a group that tries to raise a family on $7.25 an hour, I'm sorry, that's not what that job is for. Anybody who thinks it is probably votes Democrat. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about what you just talked about. Why don't we have an ethics commission that's active in this town? Lord knows we need it. There's two ways of looking at it. You want to be an American in an American society, or don't you? I see communists, racists, and misogynists. Oh my. And no, our duplicitous media in this town will not mention it. They will not connect the dots. They refuse to do their jobs. Just like many people like our county sheriff, Clarence Dupnick, does not do his job properly because he is the ultimate law enforcement officer in the county, period. He overrides federal, state, and any other local jurisdiction. If he did his job and followed his oath, most government leaders in this town and county would not be sitting where they are today. Have a nice one.
Thank you, Mr. Brown-Heinegan. Let me call Jerry Ottoboni. Please come up, identify yourself for the record, and you have 3 minutes.
Jerry Ottoboni, Oro Valley, Arizona, and Chairman and Supervisors. The last meeting, I couldn't hear some of the motions and the votes. Perhaps if you could speak into the microphone directly, that would help greatly. I come to the meetings to learn what's happening in Pima County. Allison Hughes, who is on the, well, and also myself, Tucson Pima County Women's Commission, asked me to take notes since I'm the only one from the commission that seems to be coming here. And apparently, I must have some kind of disability that many seniors have because we're losing our hearing. So I would appreciate if you could accommodate this disability. And I appreciate the content of the meetings, and I want to thank you all so much. You're a wonderful group, and especially you, Mr. Valdez. And then I thought perhaps when your mics aren't working, I'd go ahead and give you these little things I made last night.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board or call to the public? Seeing none, this meeting stands adjourned.